I said, a society cannot advance if it does not respect the human rights of its citizens. That's something that we advocate for.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs earlier this week penned a letter of non-renewal of the office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights in Uganda. The letter noted that Uganda as a country has made commendable steps in protection of human rights. The letter also specified that the country has now gained capacity to independently defend and protect human rights of its citizens and therefore can act independently.
So if there's nothing wrong with your human rights record, why would you find it really difficult to have a light shade upon your activities as a nation?
The leader of opposition in Parliament, Matthias Mpuuga, weighed in on the non-renewal of the mandate of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights in Uganda.
It's going to affect our standing from among UN states and to have ripple effects on a number of activities we do with other nations, including trade.
The executive director of the Foundation for Human Rights Initiative, Dr. Livingstone Sewanyana, has described the move as untimely and deliberate step towards weakening the rule of law. He says the Office of the United Nations Human Rights Commissioner has stood a big role in strengthening the technical capacity and demand of human rights in the country and therefore should not be undermined.
Apparently, there have not been serious efforts to build the capacity. There have not been serious efforts to create an enabling environment for these human rights players over the last couple of years. What we experience is more of a shrinking civic space.
The U.S. ambassador to Uganda, Natalie Brown, says the Commission will respect the decision, but reminded Uganda of its obligation of protection of human rights. She says the protection and upholding of human rights is not only a mandate of the country, but also a collective responsibility.
In upholding the rights of all of us, all around the world. And certainly here in Uganda, again, I mentioned there are some civil society organizations. There are diplomatic missions like mine that are very interested in the human rights of citizens.
The Office of the High Commissioner in Uganda has been very keen scrutiny of government acts on human rights. Susan Naung and Edward Collins Juko reporting for ABC TV.